old ass 2012 videos. Learning how to slide. Thought I was doing shit. I cut the videos just right so you don't see me really messing up. But this is a Piedmont event, Ryan Deaver, which was, you know, at the time, man, the guy was cool, man. It was like 45 bucks. You come out there and burn out all day. And
Where's this at? Where was this
it's Piedmont. So
Piedmont.
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes from here. About the closest 30, 40 minutes. So we would come out here, man, and you know, instead of going all the way to Charlotte and just tear it up, whatever. And we might have just stayed in this dugout. The fact that we can just keep daisy chaining this and keep running it back and forth and just having a blast. And really, we just burning it out, man, just having fun, man. And I think this might have been the first day we went out there, and we just stayed stuck there. See, I did pretty good there. Pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Pretty good. And I stuck my hand out, and I was like an idiot, and I'm trying to counter back, you know. But I was learning at the time, and I saved it there a little bit. But it was just, you know, learning process. I had MV battles in the front, Inkies in the rear. 80s, like, man, cut off sleeve, freaking gloves. I thought I was a gangster back then. You know?
That outfit is in the vlog, man.
Yeah.
Who's that?
That's me. And this is just past south on the border. I got tired of cranking the car and pushing it. It is, you can't tell, but it is hot as hell and humid. I'm just like, we're coming back from Nope in Atlanta. We just hit traffic right there.
Why were you pushing it?
I got tired of cranking the car because every time it was like a little bit forward, a little bit back, a little bit forward, a little bit back. We would sit for maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
I got you.
And I shut it off. So it got to a point where every time we moved literally 5 feet ahead, I would crank it back on. And then I just got to a point, I said, you know what, screw this, let me start pushing the car. So I got in the car, my wife's in the car, and she's like, you're crazy.
They're about laughing her ass off.
Yeah, it's like, get back in the car. And I'm just pushing the car down the road and whatnot. But yeah, that's the video I wanted to show you.
That's dedication right there. You know, we can probably purchase whatever car we want, like modern, right?
Right, yeah.
And then and not have to worry about that. But what is your reason for, you know, continuing to drive that 20-year-old Nissan?
Well, I've always been into cars. Back in high school, when I was 15 years old, it was like 95. My first car was a 61 Impala. Well, actually, it was a 63.
Okay.
During the lowrider days, I saw one. I wanted either. My dad ended up getting me a 61 Impala. Ended up having that for a while. Got some 80 spokes Luxors, I think, believe with the brand. Spoke wheels on there. Ended up breaking an axle. Did a couple of work on it. Then ended up just, I've always been, like I said, about custom cars. And
You could probably purchase a Lambo right now if you want.
so I got it. I wanted, at the time, they call it fiebre, the fever in Spanish.
Okay.
It's like the idea was, you know, it was the Honda, right? The Honda scene and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know what, now, if I was to talk to myself and say, hey man, you can't beat them, join them. Meaning just, you know, what it was is I wanted to be different, so I got myself a Cavalier. And at the time, it looked cool. So I just started putting money into this thing, just like any Joe would do, and then live off E-Fact food.
E2, son.
So, and like I said, to come across deals, so I hooked it up, did everything I could to the car to a point where it just, you know, it wasn't going past 95 miles per hour because it was like, you know, it's a Cavalier, man. I red line at 5,600 and I think the highest the horsepower dropped at 4,800 RPMs. So my buddy had his GSR, a 94, and I didn't know shit about, you know, Integra's GSR, and he took me for a ride, and just like any other story. Just like, dude, I was fucking hooked. I was
RPM,
like, oh my God, first gear almost at 50 miles per hour, and I was just like, what the heck? And he took us these back roads on Rockfish. Yeah, so I got hooked on that, and we used to go to Fayetteville Racetrack.
Drag strip?
It was before it used to be Thursday nights for testing tunes. But so Freaky Friday one night, and this when Freaky Friday was like, I'm not talking about when it was freaky, but it was actually, you would see cars go down. It wasn't, so my buddy had the Integra. We took it out of drag strip, and it was basically stock. Had an intake and stuff, and he was running low 1301s. Man, that was his best time, and that was like everything gutted out. And we were trying. He was trying to break. Let's just say at midnight, some drinking was going on, and after there used to be this race team out there called No Limit Car Club. But it was funny. It was funny because it's like, yo, okay, so
that's Fast and Furious. That was after the first Fast and Furious came out.
This is during the club. There's like back when I was, there used to be in Fayetteville, good groups, man. There was
Yeah.
like this mini truck club called Looney Tunes. And they had city nights. They made it an actual lowrider magazine.
Oh.
These guys came up there and like I said, Fast and Furious Mind just came out maybe a couple years ago, but it was still funny because it was like the guy had this single cam it was a VTEC single cam, and he was spraying. Anyways, the guy he couldn't beat my buddy, right? So he had that GSR B18C1, whatever the fuck. We leave. He forgets to air up his tires. So I had my car. I leave ahead. He's behind me, and we hit this turn. He calls me at the end. I go, hey man, where you at? He's like, dude, turn back around. I go, what? Turn back around. So I turned back around. He had flipped his car. It rolled over 3 times. The whole top of the car, the A-pillars, everything was bent over. The seat was sick. I don't know how.
He's alive.
He didn't have a seatbelt on. So as he rolled into this car. It was just crushed. So the car was still running. He's like, help me push this car out. You know, the Honda sound.
Yeah.
And the tire is just spinning. He's turning the tire. And I'm like, dude. He's like, you're in a ditch and it's embanked. It was crazy. So he goes, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I'd rather abandon the car. So he's all like, all right. So we leave. We go all the way back. And we come back to get the car that night. The cops are out there. They're towing it. When they impounded the car, it was $500 to get the car out of the impound. He didn't have the money at the time. His dad didn't want to deal with it. His dad was already pissed. So I told him, I said, well, if I get it for $500, give me the title. You know, can I get the title? He said, man, I'm not gonna make no money. So I told him, look, $600. You know what I mean? So you make $100 profit, but the car's total.
Yeah.
I got the car. This was my first, import. I already knew what the motor was, and the car is completely total. We chop it up. We pull the motor out. We pull out the motor. We pull out the brake system. We pull out the suspension. Side story on the suspension shit, because what I ended up doing was get a CRX. I think it was an HF or whatever. It was the cheapest CRX you can ever buy. And I put everything into this car. At the time, everybody's like, the hood would never be able to close. So what we ended up doing, we got an Eclipse hump. And we cut the Eclipse hump out of it was like I want to say it's like a 93, 94 Eclipse, when the Plymouth lady. So anyways, long story, we put that hood on there, put everything together, cranked it on, good to go. Loved it. Had fun with it. 2 seats in there. I took the GSR seats. They were at the time they were good condition. They were like leather. Okay. Put everything in there. Didn't have to do nothing crazy. I think Hassport just started making engine mounts. I wasn't gonna pay $600 for engine mounts.
Right.
But my dad was, like I said, he's mad scientist when it comes to welding. We just moved the engine mount. We mounted that motor. We had fun with it. I never got a chance to take it to the track. Family things happened along the way, and I had the car for a while. And the same guy that I bought the GSR from had got a '98 240SX. And he was religiously blowing up the clutch on that thing. Jeez. Like, he would always come by, and he was, within 2 months, I'm putting a new clutch in his car. I mean, it basically was like my car. So, tearing up 5th gear, and he ended up wanting to make a deal with the GSR I had, CRX. And at the time, I was like, man, I can't put the family in the car. And I just, it was me, my wife, and my son at the time. So, we ended up doing the trade, and I got into the 240, 98. I learned real fast that you can't do much with a 98 in Fayetteville with emissions. So I did everything I could. Then I get a call about a guy who's going to crush a 95 in South Carolina.
Ouch.
And the guy said he's got an Evo. He says, my wife said, got too many projects, so he's obviously going to keep the Evo. And the 95 was just completely... I told the guy on the phone, is a friend of my dad's, said, look, tell the guy how much he wants. He said, they're going to give him $300 to crush it. He's getting paid. I said, I'll give him $300 for the car. So we went all the way down. And South Carolina, sweet deal about it is, you don't need a notary. I just got to sign it. I got the car. I brought it back. What I ended up doing was I took everything I've done to my 98, transferred over. I'm talking about the cluster, the one out there. Mm-hmm. That's the actual, that's the 95 that I bought. I bought that car, and I started transferring everything. Like, that's why everybody always thought it was a kooky. I transferred everything. The wire harness there, all that. Everything was transferred over. The only way you could tell was look at the VIN number, obviously. But I was just consumed by that. I wanted to keep that 98 because in Japan that car came out in 94. The coupe sold the 98 like a Zinky. But I had a buddy that luckily he was a young guy in the military, a friend of mine, and he really wanted that car. So I said, hey, he's like, I'll register in Florida, man. There's no emissions there, and You know, I can turbo it too. So that's why I've had that car since now 2007. So yeah, we've been 10 years plus now with that car.
And that's what it's about, that passion right there. Oh, so he's been with that car for about 10 years. You said 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So I've been with this one since 2015. It's like 3 months before I left for the military. So that's a passion. That's what it's about.
But anyways, so dude, I'm
So
on
this guy.
Yeah, so Specialist Lambert.
All right.
Good guy, man. So I'm sitting there and we were coming into an operation. And let's just say it was supposed to be an operation that was going to occur all at once. So we had multiple targets to hit, and we're gonna all hit, and we're gonna be all in sync during this operation. So supposedly, where we're gonna be set up. Well, I don't want to go far, naming the shit. I mean, like I said, I normally don't talk about stuff, other than
counseling
other
session.
military guys. So counseling.
Counseling session.
So the thing is, we go to this, we get ready, we go to this location, and they told us the most horror story. They said, this is going to be like Somalia. As soon as we come in contact, we're going to be, it's going to be within minutes, we're going to make contact. So we come in location, and for us to be the most effective in our mortar systems was to be in this area within the city. So we're in there, we're operating from, and it wasn't until later on in the evening, like nothing happened. Later on in the evening, we already got the mortar system set up and everything. At the time, I'm squad leader. And I had, my gunner, he was an E3. He was the man when it came to the gun system. And I didn't give a fuck if there was a guy who was outranking him. If you knew how to run that gun, I don't give a fuck. You were the man. And first of all, if you're an E4, why the fuck ain't you fucking up there, knowing your shit? So he was E3, soon to be E4, but he was my gunner. I trusted him. He wanted to go on this, with the boys, we call them Delta boys. They were gonna fucking, operate, move out, and he wanted to go out there. He just bought this. At the time, it was like an ACOG. He actually bought his own ACOG, And he
That's expensive.
Yeah, he put it on
That's
the fucking M4. He was all excited about it. He wanted to go on his patrol and check it out. Supposedly zeroed in on the enemy. I don't know. So, anyways, I'm going to the fucking shit house, whatever. It's a fucking, we all know what it is, 55-gallon drum cut in half, and it's fucking put together by some fucking plywood to try to provide some type of cover. And I remember I was walking away, I had a buddy of mine in there, Horta, and I little guy, man, little Mexican dude, cool as shit. And you can hear the fucking shit dropping down. And all you hear is shoo, coo, shoo, coo, shoo, coo. And I'm like, it dawned on me for 2 seconds. I'm looking at my mortar system, I'm like, wait a minute. That's not us making that sound. I know what that is. That's mortar rounds. And it sounds like 60s. And I'm like, and you're hearing them. And all of a sudden, the rounds just start dropping. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm hearing these motherfuckers dropping the round into the tube, and the round's going off. So Horta's like, he goes, man, is that us? And I'm like, is that outgoing or incoming? That's motherfucking incoming. So I remember looking at him, and I'm just fucking, just brown shirt and fucking DCU fucking damn pants on. I'm just like, I go, dude, unless you want to fucking be remembered as the motherfucker who died in the shitter, let's fucking go. So I remember he's like this. Because the shit box had the door, but it was half a door, so you sat down and you had the box. So he's like, man, is that how I'm going? Is that incoming? Right? So I said, let's go, man. So we start running across this fucking field, get this fucking Haji fucking overhead hangar they had. I guess they store fucking whatever equipment they had. So we get down in there, and I got my buddy fucking, the other squad. We're sitting behind the fucking wall. We're just like, and I'm like, and I look at LT, I say, hey, what we doing, man? Are we gonna return fire or what? Because I'm like, I was hyped. And and I was under the whole fucking, this is my, we're, from Afghanistan, this is Iraq now, and I'm sitting here like, not giving a fuck, man. I'm like, yo, I just went through a divorce before we came to deployment. I do not give a fuck. I'm like, what's up? What's going on? So anyways, we get out to the line, and we're hearing fire mission. That's a fucking word right there, fire mission. That's a mortar platoon, that's, yes. So we're sitting there hearing the word, we're hearing the coordinates, we're getting all this shit up, we got the freaking adjustment. We're hoping to hear HE, we hear illumination. So we're like, oh, shit, illumination, fuck, okay. So we're getting illumination ready. They need fucking a grid. You know, it's already now it's dusk. It's getting dark. We're getting ready to fucking do what we do, and my gunner's not here. So Lambert, especially Lambert, he's got to take over. He is panicking. Rounds are coming in. You hear gunshots. He can't get the system up. I'm going back and forth because Flaherty, which was in charge of his squad, he is now acting as fire direction control, and I am running 2 guns on the system going back and forth. So number 2 gun, he's good. He's ready to go. I'm pissed because my gun is not getting up because Lambert can't get the shit up. Man, long story short, dude, after multiple attempts to encourage him to get the gun up, and they say, fuck that, 1 gun's not firing, 2 gun, get ready to fire. I went, no! I remember running, and I remember just putting my boot. And my Flaherty said, man, it looked like you just stuck your foot out and then slid. Kind of like from Mortal Kombat. So I kicked him off the line, literally. I saw the gun. I saw he was way off. I grabbed the legs, fucking adjust, get the gun up. I told him the gun's ready, and we start laying down. I got somewhat semi-verbal counsel on my way of treating my soldier, but at the same time, I got recommended for Bronze Sergeant. That wasn't, I'm telling the story because I'm telling you how shit was back then. And the paperwork got put in, But then we get word that we want E6 and above to make sure they get their Bronze Stars, and everything below is getting reduced to 2 Archons. Just how things worked, and we got some E6 back at the rear that literally all he did was maybe chill out in the AC tent, get on the computer, call home maybe every other day, and he's coming back home with a Bronze Star, and you got the guys, and you know how that shit goes. Yeah. But we don't do it for the awards, but I just, at the same time, it's kind of like, it's like pussy, you just go, I know it's out there, but don't tease me with this shit. And then all of a sudden deny me, you know what I'm saying? Just like, don't tease me with this shit, and all of a sudden deny me. It's like, come on, man. But it's all good, man. We do what we do, man. And that was my job at the time, so yeah.
Oh man, appreciate the story. This is gonna be a long vlog, man.
Oh my God!
It's
No. Hey, make sure you blur my face. Hey, how many people?
Yeah. Well, I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind, and she don't cry no more. She tell me that I get her high, cause an angel's supposed to fly, and I ain't asking why no more. Oh no, I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines, it ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that door, yeah. Okay, you gotta jump in to swim. Well, the light was dim and this light was sin. Now every day I wake up and breathe. I don't have it all, but that's alright with me. Take it nice and easy, took a flight to see me. Send you back home with a light that's beaming. The whole team about to figure it out. We ice cold, that's what winter about. And sometimes, I wish I took a simpler route. Instead of having demons that's as big as my house.